Because we are doing it at the top of this crazy Ferris wheel at the Williamson County Fair. A famous one. This is the one that Elvis Presley actually rode on in.
It happened at the World's Fair.
Yeah, it's smooth, right?
It is smooth.
Except I still do the little belly flop right about here. It's like, I'm terrified of heights. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Devin O'Day, and today is such a special day. Before we get into the show, we're going to go live out to Lawrenceburg. Dave Gould, the CEO of our company, is live with some incredible news that you just announced to the company this week. How are you, Dave? Uh-oh, I can't hear you. What happened? We just could hear you. Oh, no. Now, I got to tell you, we could hear Dave perfectly just seconds ago. There's a mute going on somewhere. How about this? Now we go. We're fixed. I think. Try it now.
Can you hear me, Devin?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Awesome. All right. Good deal. Sorry about that.
No, it's no problem. You're beautifully live in the square there, and there's so much going. This is the cutest place I've ever seen.
Lawrenceburg is a great place. It's a great place. It's a great town, and we're really excited to be here.
Well, tell us the good news. A town without a newspaper is a town without this life force. The newspaper keeps a page. It records the stories of our time. So let's talk about what we have just done.
Yeah, well, thanks. So earlier this week, we acquired the Lawrence County Advocate newspaper in Lawrenceburg. Paper's been around since the mid '80s. It's a hyper local weekly newspaper covering local people and events, and they tell the stories about what's going on in the community, cover high school sports, and we're just really thrilled to have the opportunity to be publishing the newspaper here. So it's really exciting for us.
I am absolutely thrilled because I got a lot of friends down in Lawrenceburg and all my walking horse family that's down there. And there's a lot of history in that area too. And that square is adorable. Tell me where you're standing. What are some of the things around you?
Well, we're standing right in the middle of the square in downtown Lawrenceburg. And I can see First National Bank and restaurants and a local drugstore and a dress shop and just all sorts of antique stores and all sorts of really cool local downtown businesses, which is really what this is all about. It's focused on local, it's focused on local people and focused on local businesses. And we just think it's a great place to be. And our office is just down a little ways, just off the square, down about probably a quarter of a mile. So it's easy to walk over here and talk to people and visit with people and talk about all the good things going on down in Lawrenceburg.
We're just one step away from a town crier right now, aren't we? I just love it. I just love it. And telling the stories and having your kids' picture in the paper. And if you guys are down there, make sure that you subscribe to our local papers wherever you are, because it's hard to cut a picture off the internet.
Absolutely. People love to come in and get and actually in this newspaper in Lawrenceburg, our paper is actually free for people. We have it available at 100 different locations around the county. And so when we're covering those things, they can go pick up a copy just about any convenience store or gas station or grocery store and be able to cut out those memories and read about what's going on in their town and their friends and that sort of thing. So we're just really excited to get going and, tell them the stories that need to be told.
Oh my gosh, I just love it. Well, Dave, thank you for what you're doing. There have literally been people in tears when you walk into their offices and said, look, you're not going to lose your paper. We're not going to lose your paper.
Well, it's, local news is important to people. It's important and it's important to us. And, it's local news, local media is a critical part of any community. I think it kind of binds things together in many respects. It shares the important news. It celebrates achievements. It puts a focus on good things happening, but also, as a local news outlet, it also means we're keeping a close eye on what's going on in the government and elected officials and making sure they're following all the rules. And So you've got all those things that come together, but that's what a local newspaper and a local news organization can do. So we're just glad to serve that purpose.
Well, Dave, I appreciate that. So will there be a name change, or will you keep the name and everything?
No, we'll keep the name. Lawrence County Advocate is the name of the paper. We'll keep the name, and we'll continue to put it out for free, and continue to do a good job. And we hope we can kind of up at a level. We've hyperlocal news is what we do for a living, and that's what we've been able to do that in a lot of communities. And I think we can do that. Even help make it even a little bit better here in Lawrence County, and make the readers really happy with the work that we do.
Well, Dave, thank you so much for your time this morning. Okay, now we've got our paper in Lawrence County. Do you want to spill the beans on the next move we're going to make?
Well, we also acquired a paper in Houston County this week, up in which is just west of Dixon, kind of southwest of Clarksville, and it's a small county. It's the only paper in the county, and we're really, really glad to be in Erin. It's pronounced, by the way, Devin, it looks like Erin, E-R-I-N, but it's pronounced Erin.
Erin, Tennessee. See, Erin. I didn't know that.
Erin, Tennessee, and it's there's one high school, they're known as the Irish, and they have a big Irish festival every year in March, and it's again, it's another great community in the state of Tennessee, and we're super excited to be there.
Well, doing great things in our community, and Main Street Media is really knocking down some doors, because when they say that newspapers aren't vital, you try to take a newspaper away from a community and see how vital you become. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. I mean, that, we saw that almost happen in Pulaski, Tennessee back in February. And fortunately, we were able to go down there, and, they had a really good paper and a really good team of people working for the paper. We just had to adjust one or two things here and there, and we were able to get things going in the right direction. But when they had announced that paper was going to close, it was rough for a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people realized that they were going to lose an absolute treasure in their community, and that's what these newspapers really are. So we're glad to do that. We really are.
Well, you can follow everything at mainstreetmediatn.com, or you can go to Main Street Media Television, mainstreetmediatv.com, and follow us whether we're on video, whether we're on print, or whether we're on the websites. You can find us wherever there are eyeballs and ears. We're going to be there. Dave Gould, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you, Devin. Thanks for all you're doing as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm so excited. We got good plans. We're going to go quickly to the hits list and get a look at what's happening this weekend. And then Hunter Wright is standing by, because we're going to go to the racetrack. But first, we got Tracy Hitz with the hits list. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. We got 2 new newspapers.
I know, that's exciting.
I'm excited too. I wore my John Deere green today just because I was so excited.
That's awesome.
Well, what's going on in the Berg?
Yeah, well, I'll fire through this because I know you got a lot going on. But tonight, Hardy is over at the Nashville Municipal Auditorium, so that'll be a great show. Again, a lot of Halloween stuff. We talked a little bit last week, but because it had already started. But the second annual Halloween costume bike ride is happening, and that starts at Patagonia. So that's tonight, starting at 6:30. I think it's about 8 miles. So again, you can kind of ride as much as you want. I think you can peel off if you need to, but it's just anytime you can see people riding bikes in costume, I think you should do it.
You should do it.
Nightlight 615. These are their last movies of the summer series that they do, I guess fall series too. But tonight is Harry Potter, and then tomorrow is Halloween, the original. So I don't know about watching Halloween outside on a Friday in the middle of the park, but
that would be. I wouldn't want to be on the outer edges. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sitting in the back.
Yeah. And never run upstairs. Always run free. And then also tomorrow, one of the favorite events is Charles Eston is doing his 10th annual already Light the Night fundraiser. So that'll be going on tomorrow. And then for the shopping, I know you know this, but the Tanger outlets are finally opening. And so they're doing a whole bunch of stuff this weekend, costume contests, of course. And then I think they're doing a tailgate for the Titans game on Sunday. So a lot going on, a lot of shopping.
Where are the Tanger outlets?
It's over by Antioch, like I-24 at the Antioch Century Farms development.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. It's what used to be Hickory Hollow Mall area, but but that direction. See, that predates you, but
Yeah, I was like, the old used to be. Yeah, no, I know some of it. I've been here 5 years, but still, that
yeah.
does predate me. But I'm just super excited. I love outlet malls; are my favorite. So those are opening up. Just a lot of fun stuff going on. And then also tomorrow is the Nashville Tequila Fest. That's over at One City, but that's like 50 different types of tequilas. They're gonna do skull face painting, costume contests everywhere. Just get a good costume and make the rounds. See if you can make some money and win some prizes. And then bragging rights. I love bragging rights. The event I'm working this weekend is All Hallows East. That's here in 5 Points. That's from 2 until 10. It's free. You just need to get online and register in advance, get your free pass, and then lots going on with music and trick-or-treating and on all the things. The Ryman is still doing their haunted history tours, which have been really fun and really packed. And so those are still going on. Franklin's Pumpkin Festival is Saturday. So again, if you need to pick out your pumpkin, that's your time. And then El Dia de los Muertos is down at Cheekwood. That's the 28th and 29th. So that's Saturday, Sunday. The fairgrounds has the largest flea market that they're going to have of the year. That's also this weekend. Pearl Diver is having a Halloween market. I don't know if you've been to Pearl Diver, but it's super fun. But on Sunday, it's just shopping, like vintage clothes, plants, pottery, like just kind of some unique things going on over there. I mentioned the Titans play on Sunday, and then Wheel of Fortune is live at TPAC on Monday. If anyone wants, or on Tuesday, if anyone wants to go see a live taping of Wheel of Fortune.
Y'all, so much to do. You can find out anything that we just talked about, thehitslist.com. Tracy Hits keeps it there. Thank you for doing that. That's a lot of work to put this list together every week, and I appreciate you beyond words. And if you want to find out if you're an artist coming into town and you need to get your brand on, you get in touch with Tracy, because Hits with a Z, hitsandbranding.com is your place to kind of get your toe in the water. If you're a musician coming into town, or if you've got an event and you say, I need to get some entertainment, let Tracy handle it all for you. She's your gal. She can handle it all for you. Thank you so much, Tracy. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye. Yeah, check out Hits and Branding's website, but also thehitslist.com. If you missed anything, I know we go pretty fast, but it's okay. It's all there for checking out. Well, you know what? You can go to the big old flea market. You might as well get your ticket. If you can still get a ticket, the All-American 400 is coming up. Here are the details. We got Hunter Wright standing by.
It's the biggest racing show of the year, Friday through Sunday, November 3rd through 5th at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. 6 fast-paced divisions of racing on the quarter mile Friday night, pole qualifying and 3 big feature events Saturday night, and the Curb Records Big Machine Vodka Spike Coolers All-American 400 on Sunday afternoon. Racing starts at 6:30 Friday, 5 o'clock Saturday, and 1 o'clock Sunday. Tickets available at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.racing or at the gate on race day. It's the 39th All-American 400 weekend, Friday through Sunday, November 3rd through 5th. Get your tickets now.
Get your tickets now. Hunter Wright, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Miss Devin, I'm doing well. How are you?
You know, that racetrack, Mona Bagsby's taking me to the pits. I've never been to the pit. I've never done that before.
Oh, that's exciting. You have to come see us. There's definitely a lot more action going on down there. You know, you can see all the crews and drivers and crew chiefs and everybody talking and moving, and you can see the cars getting worked on and put together and tires getting changed and fuel being added. It's definitely a little bit more of an experience down in the pits.
Wow. I don't even know how to even describe it, because the thing that I was fascinated about this racetrack has such history. I mean, I didn't know half the history about this. I mean, it goes back, a horse track at one time, but some of the greatest drivers of all time cut their teeth on that track. Sterling Marlin, ODW, Darrell Waltrip was racing on this track too, right?
Yes, ma'am, he was.
What's your history with this track?
I've only been racing there I think this year's about my 8th season racing there. I started out in Legend Cars, which is a smaller car that runs on the small track, the quarter mile there at the racetrack. And now I've moved up to the Pro Late Model division, which is kind of the premier weekly division at the racetrack. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of very rich history, and all the drivers. I mean, they used to have NASCAR Cup races and had Busch races for a long time, and they still have ARCA races to this day. So definitely a lot of history, and a lot of great drivers have come through there.
What is the feeling that comes over you when they say start your engines or whatever? When they get there, you're right there at the starting line. You're right there. What does that adrenaline rush feel like?
I mean, that's kind of something that you always grew up wanting to do, and it's just a rush like nothing else. There's no way to put it to words for me. It's just you're so passionate about something, you work so hard just to get to the racetrack, and when you're there on the starting line and you make it there, number one, making it there is just one thing, and it takes so much time and effort and work and money and funding and help, and it's just to make it to that point is an accomplishment. And then when you make it to the checkered flag, especially when you're the first one, it's even that much more rewarding. It's just a rush like you can't describe. It's a feeling that's so rewarding.
Well, I just can't even imagine. Now, you were this kid who went to races, right? You were a kid that probably went to the races before you started racing, you went to them.
Yes, ma'am.
And what was it like to meet a race car driver then when you were just a little one?
So I think for a lot of people like me, their dads are kind of their heroes growing up. So when I grew up, my dad did a little bit of racing, and he kind of tried to get out of it. Around the time I was maybe 3 or 4, he kind of got out of it a little bit, and just not quite fast enough to keep me from getting in it. So it was really cool growing up around the racetrack. And even after he stopped racing, we would still go occasionally. And of course, we had a lot of friends in the industry and everything. So, growing up around it, I think you kind of get desensitized to it. But I remember, the first time you meet like a big professional race car driver, it's to me, it's just like somebody meeting their hero that's a professional athlete. It's the same level on equivalent to that is the best way I know to describe it.
So when you see that little line of kids coming down to meet, how important is it for you to shake their hand and get to meet them, encourage them, because you were them at one time?
Yes, ma'am. I love the kids. So usually whenever I win, I actually go up in the stands and give my trophy to a kid, because that's a memory that to me, I hope that they'll never forget, going to the racetrack, especially with the kids that it's their first time there. I love it. I love being around the kids and meeting them and giving them autographs and high fives and fist bumps, just encouraging them, because obviously the younger generation is the only thing that's ever going to carry our sport on. And like you said, I was one of them once as well. So definitely really cool to be able to meet them and give them some words of encouragement and everything like that.
Oh my goodness. Well, Hunter, you're going to be at the All-American 400. That is not this weekend, but next weekend. And I hope I get to meet you in person.
Yes, ma'am. Come by and see us. We'll be parked down in turn 1 and 2, and we'll be running the pro and the super late model race. So come and see me.
Well, Hunter, you have a great race. Stay safe out there. And thanks for keeping this race alive. It is one of the most American sports there is this kind of racing at these tracks all around America. And we got to go and attend to keep them open and running, right?
Yes, ma'am, it is. Short track racing is well and alive. So hopefully we'll see everybody at the All-American 400 November 4th and 5th. Thank you for having me, Miss Devin. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Hunter, darling. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Brenda Fielder. At Mid-South Exteriors, our custom sunrooms bring the sunshine in without all the heat and the bugs. And they keep you warm all winter while you enjoy the outdoors all year round. They add real value because we build them like your house to match your house. Or let us save you energy by replacing your windows and old siding. And because we have no retail overhead, we come to you and sell direct to you for less. Call us at 833-8003 or visit us at MidSouthExteriors.com.
At Chapels, we pride ourselves on offering a wide variety of the freshest fruits and vegetables, handpicked just for you. We have a wide selection of the freshest, highest quality meats that will leave your taste buds craving more. Our friendly staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. We believe in treating every customer like family because at Chapels, your family is our family. We've been locally owned and operated for over 60 years. You can visit any of our Chapels locations in Dixon, White Bluff, McEwen, and Centerville.
Hey everybody, this is Dylan Carmichael, and I want to invite you to join me with my friends, the Kentucky Headhunters, at this year's Hendersonville Pig Fest. We'll kick things off on Friday night with the Hendersonville Hometown Jam. And on Saturday, we'll have the main event, a barbecue competition with over 40 teams, kids activities, live pig races, vendor booths, and more. This is a Holiday Fest event to raise money for amazing local charities. Check out all the activities at pigfesttn.com.
At Fred's Flooring, we're your source for quality flooring options. Our extensive experience and knowledge in the industry means we have the expertise to get the job done right. From carpet to tile, hardwood to laminate, and luxury vinyl, we have everything you need to find the perfect floor for your home. As the Main Street Award Favorite Floor Store winner for 2023, we know what it takes to satisfy our customers. And with our convenient financing options, you can get your dream floors now and pay over time. Visit fredsfloors.com or call us today.
We have got so many folks who are joining us today. Lord have mercy. I'm so excited. You guys are commenting like crazy and I can't get to everybody. Jake Clayton is here. The Jake Clayton's got a new project out and you better check it out. Check it out. Leslie Etheridge is with us. Angie is with us. Hey, Angie. And Elizabeth is with us. And Mona is with us. And Michelle. And I love this. Leslie says, so excited to be taking my grandson to his first NASCAR race this weekend in Martinsville, Virginia. Hope it's the first of many. I love that. I love that. Leslie joins us from North Carolina. Elizabeth said, have so much fun. This is so good. Well, speaking of fun, we met him. You guys met him at Taste of Nashville, where he performed a song, his last single called The Soldier. CJ Field is with us. Yes, you.
What's up?
Hello, my darling. How are you?
Making a little coffee here.
French press, I mean, even bad coffee tastes good through French press. It's amazing what that does. It's my favorite way to have coffee.
No doubt. We'll be having coffee soon when I come see you.
I can't wait. We're going to have our coffee, and I hope that we will get to sit down, and I want to hear all the new songs.
Yeah, hopefully I won't be so nervous this time. I'm playing Backstage Nashville, which is the show that you host. I'm sure everybody knows.
That's how we met, was you played Backstage Nashville, and my sister just fell completely in love with your music. She said, I just love his voice.
I appreciate it. I've been a fan of your sister's for a long time. I didn't even know it was her at first. It's really, the whole thing's been great. I didn't, the way the world works out.
You just family. Well, tell me what's going on. I mean, I know you've got that incredibly, the critics are going nuts over your song on Ashley McBride's new album.
Yeah, there's another example of you can't really predict how things work out. I never would have guessed that song would have been on the record. It means a lot to us, but that doesn't always mean that the song gets put on the album. You know that. And then all of a sudden seeing people's reaction to it. Yeah.
Tell people the story of how that song came about. The song is called November 6th.
Yeah, 6th of October.
6th of October.
The dates confused me too, because the album dropped September 8th. So I kept saying all these different dates, but the name of the song is 6th of October.
There we go.
And there was a songwriter that we were close with, that I used to be roommates with, a very talented songwriter who was great friends of Ashley and I both. And the song's a tribute to him. He passed away years ago. And in a lot of ways, the song's a tribute to songwriters the same way that maybe The Pilgrim by Chris Christopherson is, or I hope certainly that that's kind of the vein that it's in. And it's a country song, which is the other reason I didn't know if it was going to make it, because like sometimes too country is an issue. But the song is like layered with so many meanings for us. I'm originally from Massachusetts. In the beginning of my career, I would drive down from Massachusetts to Nashville. And so the song literally takes place on a drive from Massachusetts to Nashville. And then it kind of cuts through the story of all these different scenarios we've experienced with our friend Randall. And it leaves the audience with a piece of advice.
Well, every review I've seen so far for that album mentions that song. Every single one of them. And I think that is the testament to a song that cuts through all the noise of life and says, you have to pay attention to this, whether it's a single, whether it's not, whether it's got all a hype machine behind it. If someone gets the record and they hear that song, they are moved by it.
Yeah, and sometimes there's forces behind it that you can't really stop or get in the way of, even if you tried to. Garth Brooks surprised her on national television and invited her to be a member of the Grand Ole Opry, and it happened to be October 6th that it happened. So I'm like texting as fast as I could to, you know what day it is? And like sometimes there's just things spinning around the universe that you can't stop if you wanted to. And I think that's one of those things. I didn't know they were going to put it in Rolling Stone and list the songwriters and everything. Someone sent me the Rolling Stone article and it had my name in the credits. I'm like, what? It was unbelievable.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. We last heard your song, The Soldier, that you wrote literally on the way to do our Memorial Day version of Taste of Nashville. I mean, it's one of those kind of, I call you downloaded that song. It came from such a place that it was like, shoo.
Yeah. Someone gave it to me is what it felt like. I was on, you're going to be forever tied to this song, whether you like it or not. I was on my way to do your show and, thought I would try to write a song on the way there. And then all of a sudden the whole thing started dropping on me, and it's hard to write, to explain it to someone who, when you're trying to write a song about something that heavy, it very easily can feel contrived and forced and cheesy. And I wouldn't have wanted to sing it otherwise. And then I don't know the name of the lady, but I was waiting to go on camera with you. And I was struggling with these words and getting teared up while I'm trying to find a way to sing it. And there was a lady sitting with me waiting to go in who said, "You can do it. I have angels with you today." And she gave me this thing.
Uh-huh.
I would love to know who that lady was, because that was like one of many magical stories about this whole thing. And I just went and read people's comments on YouTube, like all the different widows of people who served, or family members, or nephews, or grandsons. And some lady yesterday made a reel of pictures of her husband that had served and passed and put my song on it. And like, we've talked about this. It's such a selfish industry we're in, where you're always pointing the camera at yourself and telling people to come look at you. And then as soon as this song came out, it's been about everyone else. And I even feel weird getting credit for it, because these people are unbelievable. They're superheroes.
But somebody has to tell the story. Somebody has to tell the story. Somebody has to do it. And I said, the writers and the songwriters in our world, the important part that they play is so that these people don't live their lives and nobody realizes what's happened. See, that's why I always say, that's why we started our show with newspapers, our new newspapers. And Dave Gould, the company CEO, that the owner of our company, has bought 2 small town newspapers so they don't die. And and so that, and we tell the story, but songwriters tell that story for the world as well. I mean, and this song, we're not going to have time to play it, but I want everybody to go and download it, listen to it, share it on your pages today.
It's my first song we've ever had featured on CMT. It's the first song that, I put out 4 songs this year on my own, and this one's just taking its own path. And like I said, I feel weird even like taking credit for it. I'm just thankful for the ride, and I can't wait to come play it at your show, Backstage Nashville. Is that the day after Veterans Day?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. We're going to have all of the military that are there, and it's going to be a fantastic day. Well, you guys, the song is called The Soldier. CJ Field, follow him on all social media and follow him. And when are you coming into town?
I'm coming into town a few days early because I'm going to be cutting a Christmas song. Yeah. And then, so I'll connect with you, but then your show's on November 11th. And
that actually is.
I said, hopefully I'm not super nervous this time. You're like a star.
Oh yeah, me and my John Deere green shirt on. Yeah, that's me.
Well,
make sure I don't have hay in my hair.
You have such a great audience there too. Like, it was a packed house. It's always a packed house, and there's always stellar writers on the whole bill. So it's like you're not just there performing at like your show. Dave Gibson was there singing, Ships That Don't Come In. I'm like, now I got to sing my song.
But you know what? Knocked it out of the park, my child. You did great. Well, you know what? We're not even in player clothes today. We've gone a little long, but it was worth it. Had a great show today. Thank you so much, CJ. Be safe, everybody. Be kind. And remember, you are loved.
Thank you.